Hello, everyone. The highly anticipated version 6.6 Beta of Genshin Impact has been live for a while now, quietly brewing like a storm on the horizon. And let me tell you, there's an absolute flood of exciting information heading straight toward you. From fresh characters and updated banners to meaningful quality of life changes, this update is loaded with serious content that feels anything but small. But this isn't just about what's being added on the surface. It's about how version 6.6 is shaping up to shake the very foundation of everything we know about Teyvat. So, settle in because we're about to dive deep into what's coming next and why it matters more than you might think. Alright, let's jump into the new characters stepping into the spotlight in this patch. First up, we have the playable debut of Nicole, Lohen, and Prune, all of whom are set to make their appearance in the upcoming update. We'll break them down more thoroughly in separate videos, but for now, here's a quick overview so you're fully caught up and not missing a beat. Let's start with Nicole. Nicole's elemental skill already looks incredibly promising at first glance. Her kit is heavily centered around buffing on-field characters and amplifying team output. After casting her skill, Nicole grants all party members the Selfless Boon effect, increasing their attack, and she has the ability to push that attack boost even further. Once her passive talent Shared Grace is unlocked, she can provide an additional 300 attack on top of everything else. And it doesn't stop there. When the active character deals elemental damage, Nicole's Selfless Boon evolves into Sacred Benediction for 8 seconds, dealing AoE power damage, refreshing the Selfless Boon effect for nearby teammates, and generating a Radiance shield that adds another layer of utility. Looking at her Elemental Burst, it delivers pyro damage and summons mystical projections that execute coordinated attacks. These attacks scale with the active character's ATK and, interestingly, inherit the same elemental type as the active character rather than sticking to Nicole's pyro alignment, which opens up some very flexible team interactions. And then there's a fun little passive twist. Nicole's charged attack transforms into a treasure compass mechanic, where she summons a sea eye that guides players toward the nearest treasure chest, making exploration feel a bit more magical and rewarding. Now moving on to Lohen's kit. His elemental skill allows him to identify enemy weaknesses and enter what's called the stratagem state. While in this mode, he gains access to a special elemental skill named Piercing Frost, and nearby teammates can generate triumph stacks that directly boost its damage output. After activating his skill, his normal, charged, and plunging attacks are infused with cryo damage that cannot be overridden, locking in his elemental identity during combat. His elemental burst unleashes rapid consecutive slashes that consume all accumulated triumph stacks to deal cryo damage, with the total damage scaling based on how many stacks are used. If Lohen is already in the stratagem state when casting his burst, its duration gets extended, allowing for even more sustained pressure. Next up is Prune. Prune appears to be an off-field Anemo support who also leans into sub-DPS territory while bringing meaningful team buffs, rather than just functioning as another swirl-focused unit. Her elemental skill, Dingling Ling, Demon Hunt Melody, introduces a unique mechanic where she unleashes wind power through her Hunting Oath Hammer. If this attack triggers a swirl reaction, her hammer adapts by taking on the element involved in the previous swirl, causing the Bane Hunter Oath Hammer to undergo elemental conversion, which adds an extra layer of strategic depth. Her elemental burst, Ringing, Demon Hunt Hour, summons a bell that follows the active character and periodically strikes nearby enemies, dealing AoE Anemo damage that is categorized as elemental burst damage, making it consistent and reliable during rotations. Make sure to check out the full list of Ascension materials required for each of these characters so you're not caught off guard when preparing to build them. Now, let's talk about the Rerun banners. As expected, Nicole and Lohen are confirmed for this update, but the Rerun lineup has taken a few unexpected turns. Early leaks had pointed toward Mavuika and Kinich making a return in this patch, but more recent rumors suggest that Durin might step in for an early comeback instead of Kinich. So, the tentative lineup currently looks like Nicole, Lohen, Mavuika, and Durin, although the exact order remains unconfirmed. And honestly, we're still waiting on more reliable information before locking anything in with certainty. Shifting gears a bit, let's talk about the story. Version 6.6's Archon quest is set to introduce new characters and will feature several appearances that are expected to catch players completely off guard. Without diving into spoiler territory, one of the most highly anticipated characters in the entire game is rumored to finally appear as an NPC in this update, which is a pretty big moment. It also looks like Hoyoverse is preparing for the future by buffing Cryo reactions ahead of the eventual arrival of the Snezhnaya region. New reaction adjustments include Stellar Conduct, Stellar Swirl, and even a new Dendro Cryo interaction. Diana's C6 is expected to be among the first to receive updates, similar to how lunar reactions were previously integrated into Nouvelette's kit. Now, let's quickly touch on the Imaginarium theater, which is getting a visual upgrade. Characters like Mavuika, Kachina, Xylonin, and Escoffier will receive new thespian tricks, essentially special photo mode poses that can be unlocked by trading toy medals with Wolfie. On top of that, Wanderer and Navia are getting new envisaged echoes, which are purely cosmetic sprint effects that leave behind stylish trails. As much as many players were hoping for a brand new map expansion, unfortunately, that won't be happening in this patch. However, there is a new boss domain being introduced, so there's still something fresh to challenge. We'll also be seeing 2 new artifact sets added in this update. One is tailored for Hexenzirkel dedicated supports, while the other focuses on enhancing the superconduct reaction. The Hexenzirkel set offers a 2-piece bonus of 20% energy recharge, and its 4-piece effect activates upon completing Witch Homework, granting a 20% damage bonus to the entire team based on the wielder's element. Then there's the Superconduct set. Its 2-piece bonus provides a straightforward 18% attack increase. The 4-piece effect boosts Superconduct damage by 40%, and when the wielder attacks enemies affected by Superconduct, their crit rate for that hit increases by an additional 16%, making it a strong option for reaction-focused builds. Finally, let's talk about events. The main event is set in Inazuma and will reward players with 850 Primogems along with a free Claymore skin upon completing the required tasks. Alongside that, smaller events will include a parry-based combat challenge and an Asha co-op event, adding some variety to gameplay. As for wishes, if you're wondering how many pulls you can expect in version 6.6, current estimates suggest around 9,630 Primogems, which translates to roughly 60 intertwined fates. These come from events, daily commissions, spiral abyss resets, quests, and other sources. It might not guarantee every character you want, so planning your pulls carefully is going to be crucial. Genshin Impact feels like it's gearing up for something massive, and version 6.6 honestly feels like the opening act before a much bigger performance. Let me know who you're planning to pull for and what excites you the most about this update. And of course, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more updates, because there's a lot more on the way.
All right, now we're talking.